Today's date, May 27th, there were a number of birthdays with big captains of industry and lots of famous names you would hear. But this one particular woman I had come across, and I thought not somebody that I really knew, and I thought I had an interesting story. So we decided that she's our business birthday today. Amelia Jenks Bloomer, born May 27th, 1818. She died September 30th in 1894 at 76 years old. She was an American women's rights and temperance advocate. So the temperance people didn't want us drinking alcohol, John.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
and she was very religious, but what she was really known for is her work with Lily, which was a magazine or a newspaper. She was the first woman to own, operate, and edit a newspaper for women. And she was initially based in New York and ended up moving out to Iowa and was very much a women's rights advocate and was most known for she wanted to reform the way women dressed in the 1800s. And so she had got a message from somebody about wearing something called like pantalones or pantaloons, things that they would wear in Europe, and would mix those with some sort of a tunic. And so she advocated in her newspaper that women should wear these things because they were more comfortable. And that's where we get the name Bloomers from, because of her last name, Bloomer.
The minute you brought this up and the picture came up, I'm like, this can't be the person they've named Bloomers after. I thought it's like a Jeopardy question. It's almost too obvious. But true to form, it's the woman they named Bloomers after, right?
Yeah, and it was really when I read that, I thought, well, that's funny because in her own right, she was friends with Susan B. Anthony. She was friends with other women that were trying to get women's rights and equality in the late 1800s. Susan B. Anthony, Elizabeth Cady Stanton, but it was really she became known for this advocacy of having women wear more comfortable clothing. And so that's how the Bloomers came about, or she got the name of Bloomers. It was actually somebody else that invented them, but they were tagged with her because she's talked about it all the time in her newspaper. She ended up changing her mind, though, in the late 1850s and decided when Crinoline came out that was going to be comfortable enough. So she stopped wearing as she called it, the Bloomer costume. It was a combination of a tunic and pantalettes, Pantelletts.
The Bloomer costume. She actually called her own outfit a costume. You gotta love costume. That, right? Okay.
So it ended up. So the costume was worn publicly first by an actress named Fanny Kemble. She was an actress out of New England. And they said it was modeled after trousers worn in the Middle East and Central Asia, topped with a short dress or skirt and vest. But here she was. She was a way ahead of her time, obviously. And there's statues and parts of Seneca Falls in New York have her house as a National Historic Landmark, and a bunch of other places. She was in the National Women's Hall of Fame. She's gotten a number of other awards. And somebody recently in 2002, the American Library Association has produced all of her old publications. And they said it's significant feminist content for young readers and a good look back as to where the whole civil and equal rights movement started for women back in the 1800s. So happy birthday to Amelia Bloomer.
of Bloomer fame. In case you happen to be wearing, they even had women used to actually wear bathing suits like that. They had the skirt thing and those pant things way back in the day. Now,
I always thought Bloomers were like, oh, well, there's your Bloomers, right? It was like underwear, weren't Bloomers?
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Yeah, like some kind of blousey underwear, right?
Right. Yeah.
Good business birthday.